Hi everyone, welcome to my plant-based kitchen where we are going to talk about ginger shots right here. So I made this ginger shot for the week and I'm going to show you why it's probably good to practice taking it on a routine basis. My name is Chris, I'm a diabetes nurse practitioner, and I want to welcome you to my plant-based kitchen where we try to make healthy foods so that we can live longer and healthier. So today I want to talk to you about ginger shots, but because it's very popular. Now, ginger is nothing new. This is not a trend by any means, because in other countries, especially in Asia, ginger has been used for centuries. So it has been used medicinally in other countries. And where I come from in the Philippines, we actually had a ginger drink. So it's like a ginger tea that the old folks, we said, would make on a routine basis. I never did care so much for it. And now that I'm older, I'm going back to my roots and realizing the health benefits of some of these things without, of course, the loaded sugar that we used to put in our ginger tea. So today I want to talk to you about different ingredients, starting with ginger, because it's the main ingredient for ginger shots. So what I have here, and I do use fresh ginger, but this is pickled ginger. I buy a big bag of this at the Korean store because I use it for eating, especially when I make kimbap or when I make like a vegetable sushi or just a seaweed roll that I make, when I'm eating at home. But it serves dual purpose because I use this ginger for cooking soups and other dishes, and I also use it for my ginger shot if I run out of the fresh ginger. So why ginger? And there's a lot of health benefits to this, and I want to talk to you about this. Let me grab my piece of paper here. Ginger has been known to have a very potent anti-inflammatory. As we know, chronic diseases are also associated with chronic inflammation. If you reduce that inflammation, it helps your body a little bit more because the chronic inflammation will suppress your immune system over time. The other thing that it does, it actually helps improve digestion. And we want that. We want to boost up our metabolism and we want to improve our gut health. So that is important to do that. And in some cases, in some smaller studies, and some of are observational, but they've noted that it also helps ease cold and flu symptoms, and it is a very potent pain reliever because it is an anti-inflammatory. Now, aside from ginger, because I felt like, oh, okay, so why just put ginger in it when you can put other foods that you can combine with it or spices that you can combine with it that it also helps your gut and your immune system. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually turmeric. Now, I know that people buy turmeric capsules with a very concentrated curcumin. It's not really necessary. There's been some studies that the whole root, the whole turmeric root, is actually beneficial for us. So why extract just the curcumin? Why not eat the whole thing? And I know that in the United States, turmeric root is not readily available. It's a little bit harder to find. So what I do is that I go to my favorite Indian store and I buy a big one of this because I mix this in so many different things. Like I'd make turmeric rice, for example, or I put turmeric in my curry and in my chili. I put a little bit of it in a lot of my cooking. And in fact, if you buy a big one like this that will last you forever, it's only about $6 here in the US. So ground turmeric is very good for us. It has the phytochemical that I mentioned, curcumin. It is a very potent anti-inflammatory, just like ginger is. It has antimicrobial, antiviral properties. So it does help boost your immune system to fight infection. It is also one of the things that we know that has a very strong antioxidant property. So it's been associated in helping fight cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and other health issues. And then the one other thing, there's two other things I want to talk about, is actually cayenne pepper. Now, cayenne pepper, as you know, is actually ground up chili, right? And cayenne is the active ingredient that's in there. Now, cayenne, just like turmeric and ginger, is a very potent anti-inflammatory. So I figured, why not put all three very potent anti-inflammatories into a shot? It helps reduce heart disease. It helps people live longer. There was a study that was done in Italy that people who ate chilies on a routine basis actually live longer and had less heart disease. It's an association type of study and observational, so definitely not a randomized controlled trial. And it also helps relieve pain. And why do we know that? Because some of your potent creams that you get out in the market has capsaicin, which is an active ingredient of chili peppers, and you put that on areas that are painful, like arthritis on the knee or something, and it helps relieve some of the symptoms on there. So what do I do? Now, I had to write this down because my ginger shot changes from day to day depending on what ingredients I have here at home. And this time I do have a lot of apple cider vinegar. So I decided, why not also combine a little bit of apple cider vinegar, which helps promote digestion, and as well as it also has some antimicrobial, antiviral properties. And so I said, hey, it can't be that bad. And it's a shot, so it's in small quantities. So what I do typically, and I'm not going to show you how to make it, and I'm going to post the ingredients online on how I make it, and you can make it however you want. I use about half a cup of ginger, whether that's the ginger that is already pickled or the fresh ginger. The fresh ginger is really potent. It's more potent than the pickled ginger. And then I add to that about half a cup of water. I put a teaspoon only of ground turmeric, and I put like half a teaspoon, depending on how spicy you want it, half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I put a half a cup of frozen pineapple. Now the reason for that, it does have fiber in it and it does have vitamin C, but I kind of try to hide the taste of it. So that's why I add it in there. And then you also want the juice of like a whole lemon. And then sometimes I even take the zest if it's organic, which this one is from my mom's backyard. So I squeeze the juice in there as well as the zest. And then a couple of tablespoons of maple syrup is optional. I do that because maple syrup also has some antimicrobial properties, and it just kind of helps it go down smoother. Then you put it in your blender and you blend it until it's completely disintegrated. Now, sometimes that half a cup of water is half a cup of ice because I really want it to ground up the ginger. So let me open it up for us here, and let me put it in my little shot glass. In fact, honestly, this little shot glass is from church when we have our communion service. And I could have opened this a little bit bigger here, but hey, we started like this, so we're gonna finish it like this. And you can see your little ginger shot here. I'm not sure if it even reached 1 tablespoon, but I guess it does. And you can put this in your smoothies in the morning. I sometimes, if I run out of other ingredients, I put this on things that I'm cooking or baking. So, salud. And I hope you'll give this a try at home and help strengthen your immune system, especially during this pandemic. Thanks for joining me.